Hi Cloud people. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a project that I recently architectured in AWS. So, in this project, we'll be setting a email client or a email service that will help you to send emails to your customers, to your clients, or any other news agency newsletter you want. So, like it's a basic email setup that's in advance. That's a very beginner level, I can say, project. So you guys can follow it through. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you are new to AWS as well, so you can check out my other videos in which I have explained in brief that how you can get into AWS and where you should start AWS. So this is our architecture that we're gonna make. We'll use SQS, the simple queue service, we'll use Lambda, and we'll use SES, simple email services. So these are the three main services that we're gonna use. But as you all know that IAM, the identity and access management, that is an essential service that we'll definitely use for connecting Lambda to our for giving the roles of Lambda to other services. So let's check it out. This is the architecture. You can take a picture of this and we'll move it to the AWS console. So when you will be I would really recommend you guys to do it all from the administrative account and not from the root account. So create an admin account beforehand and do the project, do all your projects and any other activity or any other services you want to use from your admin account only. So firstly, we'll configure the SQS service. Just on search on console SQS service and click on that. You'll be redirected to this page. Come here, click on create queue. Just select the standard one because first in first out is something that is very advanced for this level, so you don't have to choose that. Just like standard, give it a name. So I'll give it email queue. Okay, so you'll just give it to this name. Rest assured, leave the other settings as default. Go down, and everything is good to go. Just create a queue. Okay, my bad, I left the space there, so remember to not leave anything space and all. So your queue email queue is ready. Here you can see I have my own queue setup. Now we'll go to Lambda. We'll create a function for the. Now for firstly, I would like to say, like, you can do any steps in any way, but at last you'll have to attach them, so you can follow the steps as accordingly. But you can also configure other services before. So you can configure the Lambda before, you can configure the IAM. I'll go to IAM for setting up the roles. So for giving the Lambda all the access to SQS and SES that we are going to manage, we'll create an IAM role that will give us access to manage the or give access to the permissions for SQS and SES. So click on IAM on the dashboard, click here on roles, left panel, create a role. See, I have already many roles created here, but I'll create a new role. Create a role here, select AWS service, go down and select AWS Lambda. Okay, you'll select Lambda because it is a Lambda role. Now click next, go here and select SQS, and you'll see here the third one, AWS Lambda SQS queue execution role. We want to give this access role to this, and then SES role as well, as I already said. Now third one for this as well. So remember, for SES you have to give full access for this project, and for SQS you have to give execution role. So click on that too, and all good here, done. Just move next, set the role as email role or anything, any name you can give. So I'm giving email role here. Create this role and we are good to go for this as well. So you can see your role is created, you can see it here. Your role is here already created, and you can also go here and check what are the accesses that you have given to it. Now create a Lambda function. So I'll go in brief about it. Author from scratch. So we are making our own code, and it is like we are not using any blueprint, not using any container image. We are putting a code from our arsenal or from our PC to this. So we'll use author from scratch, give it any name. I'll say email function, email slash function. Okay, now our code is in Python and it is in Python 10. So I would 3.10, I mean. So I would recommend you guys to do select this one. You can choose the other Python versions as well, but it may cause you some errors or some difficulties in running the code, so you'll have to change it accordingly. So for the best experience, choose the 3.10 version. Let the architecture be x86/64. Go to change default execution settings. Here use an existing role because we have already created a role here, as you can all see. I have told you previously, existing role, and you can see here the role you just created. As you can see, I created the email dash role, and here I can see it, email slash role. Select it. You don't have to change any advanced setting, just create the function. Okay, all right. So you'll, if you are following me till now, you'll reach a place where you'll see all these things correctly placed. So now what you have to do is just scroll down here. After coming here, scroll down, put the code that I will be providing in my GitHub. You can check my GitHub repository for this code. But let me tell you first, this is not my code, as I am not a programmer, but I know what code is doing. So I have not written it, but I can really read it and I know what it is all about. So if you want, I can explain the codes in other videos as well. So it is using Bo23 JSON OS to taking your emails, and what it will do is it will print some of the, like you can see here, 5 or 6 messages in your CloudTrail. For CloudTrail also you can check it out. CloudTrail is something that will manage your API calls or the tracebacks that will be offering, that we'll be printing. So just copy paste the code here. You don't have, if you are learning AWS cloud projects, you don't have to learn these codes, but it will be good if you know how to use Python and how to read code, what the code is doing. Just click on deploy here. So firstly, let me tell you something. Yeah, it is deployed. So you can see here. So you can see this, you can see email ID here. So this is what is called, it is a environmental variable. So what you should do for this is, you have to go here, like on this task configuration. Here on the left panel, you can see a tab for environmental variables. Click on that, and here editor tag, and come here, add environmental variable, key and value. So for this, you have to remember what was your environmental variable. My environmental variable was email underscore ID, and value you have to give your email ID, whatever you want. So for this, I'll be telling you, explaining you something that I wasn't aware about. So just go here and save it, and you will have it saved. So for the code, let me show you something that's very I guess I can say it's a programming term, but as you can see here, for sender email and for recipient email, we are using the same email, because we are making a project and we are demonstrating it on our mail itself. So if you want to make it a real life project or use it in a real life, for the sender mail, definitely send it as email ID, but for recipient email, you have to add the email of the person or the client that you are gonna send it. So for this project only, we'll be using the same email ID for both. So we'll be getting the email on our same ID from our ID through AWS. I know it's a little typical, but you'll get it after I'll show you how how it is done. So now this is done. Now that configuration environmental variable is done, and we are all set for SQS, for Lambda and IAM. Now it's our turn to create an SES, simple email service. What we'll have to do here is come here, the SES, click on SES, and you will be prompted to here. Now what you have to do is, on left hand side, click on verified identities. Now here, create an identity. No, we are not choosing domain because we are currently using all the email IDs only. But if you are running a business or a newsletter or any kind of stuff where you'll have access to a domain, then you can select this. But for now, we'll select the email ID, as we'll be putting our email ID. So here it is a thing where you may get error, because let me tell you one thing. See, here you'll have to put the email ID that you put here in the environmental variable. So let me show you it. See, email ID this, and here email ID this. This two emails ID should be same, because the sender's ID there and the identity you are putting of your email here, they should not differ, as it will cause an error and it will not send an email. So do this, create an identity here. See, so for this you will be prompted to here you can see verification pending. So you will be prompted to your mail, the mail you will get from your main ID, the ID you have put. Just click on the mail, go on your mail, just go on your mail ID, the mail ID that you have written here, and see, you'll have it here on the top. I got this. So for this, I'll tell you, most of the times and most of the people will get it in the spam. So do check out your spam for it, but you'll definitely receive it. You just have to click on the main link that it is asking here. So if you don't get it in, so you can see here it is written, congratulations, you have successfully verified. So you can close it now. But if you don't receive it in your inbox, you'll get it definitely in your spam. Do check out your spam. Once we'll refresh your page, the identity status will change to verified. Here we go, as I already told you. So this is our mail setup here. Now we'll go to the Lambda function again, as our all things are set up. Now we just have to combine it together to form and work together. So we'll go here, click on add trigger, create and select a source. We have already created a source of SQS. Click on search for SQS and choose SQS here. Like when you'll go here and search for it, you'll already see a queue, email queue written already, as you have already made it. Email queue, click on that. Just don't change any of the settings. It is all default and we don't need to change it any further. Click on add and you'll have it here. Now it's all done and you have created a system that will send emails by using your SQS service, SES service and Lambda function. Now what we have to do is we'll go to the Lambda function here and then we'll move to queue details. When you will be prompted to here, you will see here a message written send and receive message. Now just click on that, and for that first I'll show you that this is the email that I have registered as a sender email and a receiver, as I already told you that we are using the same email for both the things. But as you can see here, I didn't have any messages unreaded here. So you can see this one is from before, like we don't have any message here currently. Now what you'll have to do is just create any random message that you want to send for the test. So I'll be writing, hi YouTube, I am recording a video. Okay, I am recording a video. Now you don't have to do anything else, just send message. Your message has been sent and is ready to be received. And when you will go to your email, here you can see me, Lambda SQS testing email, hi YouTube, I am recording a video, look safe. So here you can see alien my email ID via Amazon SES.com. So we have used the service, hi YouTube, I am recording a video. This is the same message that I sent here, and here I have demonstrated the whole architected AWS project that will use SQS, SES, Lambda, IAM to set up your email, and I'll be sharing more projects with you just like this. So for the cleanup round, I can say that you should do definitely just go to everything that you have created and delete it like this, confirm, and you'll have to prompt it here and do the necessities to delete it. So go on all the pages and delete all the functions you have created, or you want to keep it stay there, you can keep it put, but don't use it much as it will cost you something if you'll cross the minimum things that you have. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the project, if you like the process that I have shown you guys, do like the video, do share and subscribe. I'll be posting more AWS projects, more AWS things as I'll be moving forwards in my journey. So thank you for tuning in and see you soon.